Fucking bullshit. Fucking bullshit. Fucking bullshit. Holy shit. Fuck it. Fucking bullshit. Fucking bullshit. Goddamn bullshit. Son of a bitch. What the hell?
Hey everyone, and welcome to the Drowning in Pools podcast. Today, as always, the guests, or actually they're not guests, they're hosts. I did this last time and I always make this mistake. The hosts of this podcast are DeShon. Let them know your voice, DeShon.
Hello.
And Derek.
That's good.
And then there's me, the always tired Cameron. Oh wait, I fell asleep. Alright, so, I did some stuff this week. You guys did some stuff this week.
You did some shit?
I did some shit. It's not very important shit, but I did some shit.
When is what we talk about ever really that important?
Yeah.
Fine, okay. I mean, you guys are coming out a little strong right now. I just was like saying the fact that I did like nothing is what I was trying to get at.
That's completely different
Well,
than
I
you did
mean-
unimportant stuff.
Yeah. There's doing nothing
Yes,
and there's doing unimportant stuff.
Yeah, I get the... Look, I was breathing, okay?
Well, fuck you too.
I mean, I guess that keeps me alive, so I mean, that's important.
But I mean, how is that different from your week normally? Because usually it's just, I played Street Fighter and some Power Rangers and whatever
yes, I played
other
some
one
Power
game,
Rangers.
your Pokemon Puzzle League
I played
sometimes. Some
I
Marvel.
played some Noita. Played some Noita this week.
Noita 2 Love or whatever the fuck?
No, not that. It's it's N-I-O-T-A, I believe. Let me double check.
Noita is N-I?
It's N-O-I.
N-O-I-T-A. N-O-I-T-A. It's a roguelike game that's all about you collecting wands because you're a wizard, and you go and do wizard shit. But the whole world, I talked about this a couple weeks ago. The whole world is pixel based and can be interactable. So like, the coolest part about the game is that the enemies will affect the world itself. So like, you have enemies that throw bombs that catch wood on fire, and then the fire on the wood will spread through the entire level until it hits like rock, where then it can't catch rock on fire, so it just stops. So like, the world itself is always changing because the enemies in it, and then on top of that, whatever you do to the world also affects the world, obviously. But then you get random wands and stuff that are just ridiculous and weird, and then it's a roguelike, so you get to build your build, and eventually you get like godlike builds and whatnot. I haven't made it past stage 2. Game is hard as shit for me.
How long have you been playing it?
I've only played it for like probably 4 hours.
Okay.
So not too long, but I want to put more time into the game. It's a lot of fun. The issue is that I'm terrible at WASD controls.
Is there no controller support or anything?
There is, but
It's not
it's
good.
Metal Slug?
Yeah.
It's like trying to play Metal Slug with aiming that resets every time you take your hand off the stick.
Oh, that sucks.
So like, it's okay, but because you have to aim up, down, left, right, and you have to do it fast,
That's kind of like
and diagonal and whatnot.
That's kind of like the controller support or the controller stuff for Hotline Miami, but with that you just have like an automatic lock on, so you don't really got to worry. Well, not automatic, but you have a lock on, so you don't really got to worry about having to aim it. You could just point your shit at the guy and just fire.
Yeah, there might be a lock on, but I haven't found it yet.
I see.
So stay tuned to see if I look that up.
Yeah, see. Yeah, stay tuned to see if he looks at the controls, folks.
Yeah,
It might be in
well, I
there.
mean, I looked up. They might be in there. I looked enough to get like by, And I'm slowly learning
We
more.
don't read
and more stuff. But yeah,
We're from the generation of kids who didn't read instruction booklets, so we just fucking kept them
yeah,
because they look cool.
And like we're from the generation that didn't look at instruction booklets until you played for 4 hours,
Yeah.
and you're like, why can't I beat this boss?
Wait,
Exactly.
really? I always read the instruction booklets. You wanna know why? Because every time I bought a
Why?
game, I would take out the instruction booklet and then go take a poop and read it.
I would read it for like on the way home from buying a game, and I couldn't play my game yet. I would take it out and read like the character stuff. That's usually in the very front.
Yeah.
But that's about it.
I would do a lot of that stuff. And then, like, I don't know why I always had to poop when we came home, but, like, I
You're
go
so
poop,
excited.
and then, yeah,
You're so
I would go
excited
poop
to
and
play
read the
the
book,
game.
and then spend, like, an hour in the bathroom. My mom would be, like, knocking on the door and be like, are you okay in there?
That's great.
Yeah. I did the same thing with manga, minus the poop. I would read it on the way home. By the time I got home, like, I was done with it. My mom was like, are you fucking kidding? You just spent $13 on that. I was just like, well, it was worth it.
Well,
Yeah, I would do
yeah.
that too. I think that's why I had to stop.
It's about the story, Mom.
I definitely didn't just look at the pictures.
I mean, do you like the plot or the backstory? That's the
Do you like the plot or the plot?
Right, yeah.
Actually, speaking of plot, that is one, like, do you have any of like manga specifically that you really like, you like so much that you had to finish the collection? I guess you guys aren't as big of manga. You guys aren't big into manga, right? Like as much as anime.
Okay. Me personally, no, I don't read that
Bro,
much.
I'm all
DeShon,
about
you can
the
have
manga.
this.
Literally, I only watch anime as an advertisement to go read the manga. I don't give a shit about anime, really.
Look, let's put it this way, DeShon, where are you at in Fire Force?
Way farther than the fucking anime. I'm like on like chapter. Yeah, I'm actually caught up with the manga, as a matter of fact.
You watch, I think, 5 episodes of the anime, and you're like, fuck this, I gotta read the manga.
It got to the point where I was like, I need to read the manga because I want to know what happens.
That's what I do too. But like,
Alright, I'll be right back. I gotta finish my coffee.
Like,
but like,
how-
do you have
Yeah, I'm an asshole!
manga that you really like, you had to finish, like you had to have every single volume?
Well, there's a series called Dragon Eye that it got canceled, and they kind of rebooted it into Dragon Eye Zero in Japan, and it's not out in the West here yet. But the first version of the series has like 8 or 9 volumes, and I only have 8 because I can't find the 9th, and it drives me fucking insane. Because it's a really good series. It's dead basically, and I just want that last bit to kind of have some closure.
Gotcha.
But yeah, there's not too much where I'm like, I gotta have the whole thing, Because Cameron will tell you, I think I gave him like a shit ton of my old manga, just the stuff I wasn't reading no more.
Do you remember Dragon Drive?
Yes, I tried to get into that. I can't remember how deep I got though.
I remember reading the first like volume from because I borrowed it from my library, and then like, I don't know, I just forgot what happened to it.
Well, it's because it's not super good. It's kind of bland, but the real plot happens like I think it's halfway through because I definitely dropped it. I definitely stopped reading it, but like at some point the dragons just become real for some reason, and they just kind of start hanging out all the time. And then I can't remember what else happened after that though. Something about
Like, it
Black
seemed like a
Dragon.
really cool idea, but
It was a good idea. It's just I don't think they executed it very well. I think it ended up being more like, I don't know, like those later episodes of Beyblade. When they started to suck ass, it was kind of like that, just without the spinning
Like
tops.
Metal Fusion.
Yeah, whatever it is. Where it just started to become, let's try to sell these toys, which is definitely what Dragon Drive just became. It was trying to sell those little, the little dragon mascots.
I gotcha. Yeah, that would make it sense. Feels the same like as Bakugan. Bakugan was all about the fucking toys.
yeah, but those toys
Oh,
were
yeah.
fucking legit though.
But I think that was.
I mean, the
I think that was something where I was like, "Oh, this is just for the toys. I don't care." And I was like too old, you know, when it came out that I wasn't tricked by it. Like I wasn't Beyblade.
I think I was like
you
right on the edge because I think I was like 12 when it came out, and I'm like, oh, that's really cool.
The only thing I liked about it was the fact that the models themselves popped out.
Yeah, that was a cool idea.
That was a nice little touch.
I think that did give me like
that was a nice little touch.
That was like a twinge of interest for me with Bakugan, but after that I was like, nah, it's not enough here to keep me.
Yeah. Yep. Because I spent like 15 minutes trying to learn how the game worked, and I'm like, so you roll this thing and then you try to get the stick on the metal pad.
Yeah. You gotta roll it gently.
Is there anything more than that?
I want to see what like the tournament scene for Bakugan looks like. Is it like a bunch of kids or is it a bunch of 40-year-old dudes?
Why not both?
I mean, why not both? Sure, but I want to know who this is drawing in more. I guess. You know, I want to see if there are older guys who are like, this is actually reminds me of my childhood. You know.
Because I feel like that's Beyblade now, where it's like
older guys.
you only have like 30-year-old guys playing Beyblade first, and then you have the few kids that are like, oh look, the metal top from my show.
I mean, like, it's the same shit for like any competitive game though, because like most kids do not have the fucking spare change, and two, the like ability to like really come up with winning strategies. Not to say that there aren't some smart ass kids who could whoop me, but like
kids are trying to spend their money on like Fortnite shit and all that. They're not trying
or
to
like
play with
even
toys.
if they spend all their like
the cards.
Let's say you're like rich as fuck and get an allowance of like I don't know, like
$2,000 per week.
Yeah, like well, okay, that's a little high, but like
no, it's not. I had 3 friends that had that allowance.
Okay, well, I got $20 per week, and even then, it's like if I wanted to make a competitive Yu-Gi-Oh deck, not even like a side deck, but just one, it would take like months of money.
Yeah.
So
I wasted when I think about as a kid how much money I wasted on decks and buying shit and all that. I'm like,
yeah.
You know.
It's a little much.
Yeah, I was just like,
but kids don't want to do that anymore. They want to play Fortnite or they want to play. I don't
these
know,
fucking kids
else.
and their Fortnite.
Fucking good, stupid bastards who fucking with the shitty video games. Back in my day, we had blocks to play with.
Yo, blocks were the shit though.
Yeah, exactly.
And they're expensive as fuck.
Exactly. Kids these days don't appreciate what they have. Let me bash
Man,
my
when I saw how expensive Kinects were, I was like, oh, that explains why my mom didn't buy me Kinects all the time.
Yeah.
Because like one of like the medium-sized sets is like $60-$80. I'm like, oh fuck.
It's ridiculous.
That's too
Fucking
much.
Toys.
Although I get more entertainment out of that than most video games, but that's a different story.
Yeah, I think I don't know, like. Even like the funny thing is that even the shit that we used to play with, like with the exception of like really like Lego, there's a lot like kids' toys are just so much more advanced than even like 10-15 years ago.
Yeah. I mean, even Legos have came far from like where they were.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I will watch an ad for a toy that came out like 15 years ago. You know, like they're still selling the garbage, but they're also making new stuff. Which is
Crossfire.
Weird. So weird. I think we had this conversation about the Nerfs before, where we were like, "Yo, they're so dope now. They're so all the new guns and shit are crazy. They had nothing like this when we were kids."
Yeah. You know, I just miss '90s commercials. They're so dumb. Yeah. It's beautiful. It's probably just because I grew up then, but you know, it doesn't matter. Fucking nostalgia for nostalgia's sake is beautiful sometimes.
Just needlessly nostalgic. I wonder. I guess there's gotta be, but something that's just pure nostalgia fuel. That's like, fuck the plot, fuck the characters, fuck everything. Remember this. Remember this. Remember this.
I feel like that's every Disney live action remake.
Well, that's a lot of remakes in general, you know, but a lot of them still try to have like a story and characters, even if it is pretty shallow. I want something that's just completely without, no shame, all nostalgia.
No shame, just all nostalgia.
Have you played any Kingdom Hearts spin-offs or?
Oh, jeez, you're right.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Like,
Hey,
don't get me wrong, I actually really like those games, but let's be real here.
Yeah. But I mean,
What's Axel's catchphrase?
Got it memorized?
I can't remember anything.
Got it memorized.
That really should be the catchphrase of the entire fucking series. Like, realistically. Because, like,
Did you go to the wiki? Did you memorize everything?
got some internet? It's like,
Got it memorized.
Yeah.
oh my god. It's just like, that series,
But I feel like
it's like
go ahead.
consistently one of the most confusing and also not confusing series in the entire fucking world.
Yeah, it's one of the things where if you miss like a little bit of one game, you kind of lost a lot of context. It's easy to understand if you keep up with it, but if you're not, you will lose the plot real fast. If you look at from Kingdom Hearts 1 to 2, you'll be like, well, what the fuck happened? Where was I?
Yeah, like that was me. I was like, so there's nobodies now. Okay.
Yeah.
Why am I playing as this dude named Roxas? Like, I really should be Sora right now, shouldn't I?
Yeah. And then you found out.
But my thing about the game, I forgot my point. You guys just go ahead with whatever the next part was.
Didn't they
Okay.
release some DLC from Kingdom Hearts? Or is that coming?
Kingdom Hearts 3, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know what it was because I beat the game like within a couple months of it releasing. I think we beat it in like January, or no, probably it was like March. But like we were like, oh shit, this game's been out for like 3 months. We should probably finish this, so we just finished it up in like 2 days.
Okay. I completely forgot about it. I remember it getting announced, and then I didn't see a release date. So I just completely, nobody talked about it. Nobody was like, man, this DLC's awesome. So I just completely blanked on it and just completely forgot about it. It's weird that it came out. What else is like that? There's a few things that have been like that this year where they came out and I was like, oh, that's weird.
Yeah, I've been missing a bunch of announcements. It's not great.
I don't know. It's gotten to the point with me where, because I'm like unemployed, I'm kind of being a little bit more frugal with my money. But also, like, I just decided that I wasn't gonna buy that many games. Like, I made my second to last purchase for games this year, which was I bought the Master Chief Collection on PC because it was finally, it's supposed to be up, but it's coming out in like an hour or something.
Gotcha.
But I'm gonna be buying, I think, one more game probably or two, just for like Christmas and like presents and shit. But like, I was thinking, like, I've really stopped giving a shit, like, about a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Like, even stuff that I really think is cool looking, I'm just like, like.
Yeah, well, when you get into that save money mindset, your brain is like, all right, make everything look a little bit worse, so you don't really want it.
Yep.
Yeah, well, it's like I really want to eat out and like have burgers and stuff, but I'm like, oh, but I got rice here. Okay, I guess I'm having rice and
Right,
kimchi
yeah.
for the 5th day in a row. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, I was
So,
like that.
I feel you.
I was like that like a couple years ago, where I was like, I could go to McDonald's, but I do just have some mashed potatoes in here that I could just make and have that be dinner,
yeah.
Struggle.
So I don't know. I'm hoping to get some good followers off of Halo Reach,
Oh yeah.
and
Yeah, me and you, we'll take it down. Yeah.
my dude, what? Like,
I like Halo.
yeah, but you don't play SWAT. You play like the standard modes.
No,
like
I
a
do
scrub.
play SWAT. No, I play SWAT.
I thought we had this entire discussion of why you didn't like SWAT.
No, I was saying I like to press buttons is what I was saying. I actually super fucking like SWAT.
All right.
You missed the point. The point was I would like to do the BXR bullshit and all this other crazy shit in Halo 2. But guess what? Halo 3 doesn't have that. Halo 1 doesn't have that. Halo Reach doesn't have that. Guess what I like playing in those modes? SWAT.
So you like, So you like? Never mind. Fuck it.
Like the only reason in Halo 2 that I don't like playing SWAT is because I like to be able to shoot people for a long time because I get to do all this bullshit.
Well, that got patched out though.
Exactly. Wait, did it?
Yeah, it got patched out like years ago during Halo 2's heyday.
No, it didn't. Not during the actual game of Halo 2.
Yeah. Okay.
No, because in the actual game of Halo 2, that was the competitive playstyle. You do that. It's still in the actual original game. In the remake, though, it is out.
Okay.
We'll leave it up to some fact checkers to figure this one out, folks.
Yeah, dude. Let's leave it to all of our 10 viewers. They'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Speaking of video games,
Yeah.
so Derek, have you played Titanfall 2?
A little bit, yeah.
Do you like own it?
Yeah, I own it.
Okay, because it's free on PlayStation Plus right now, so
Oh, is it now?
yeah. So I'm just saying,
I have to.
y'all want to get
Yeah,
one of the
I'll
best
probably
shooters
grab
of the
it.
last decade. Just saying.
I'll set that up today.
I when you were here, Cameron, I was trying to download it just to have it play because I was kind of itching, and I saw that was going to be on the PlayStation Plus. So I was like, ooh, I'll jump in and warm back up and get back to how I was before. But as you, I think, saw before, I had no space on my fucking PlayStation to download it.
No,
It just kept-
you did not.
Every time I would turn my PlayStation on, it would tell me to go fuck myself. And,
Yeah, pretty much. You need to get yourself a hard drive, sir.
Yeah.
You really do.
Well, I had one and it died. So
Okay.
Do you guys So I looked into it because I was a little bit concerned, but do you guys have this issue with the like your fucking PS4, like it has 100 gigabytes of extra room that just can't be used?
So that is a thing, yeah.
Yeah, it's like, I guess apparently it's like how the games download or something like that, but it's just like, and I guess it's like a pretty common practice because my phone was the same way with Hearthstone.
Yeah.
mm,
On top of that, it's to keep room for like all your updates and whatnot
Yeah.
to make sure that way you always. So like I know with certain hard drives and whatnot, they always leave room for so making sure the device can run properly. So like you may get like a terabyte hard drive, but it's only like 900 something gigs.
Well, yeah, that's not what I'm talking about.
it's probably
Okay.
all those fucking working PlayStation emulators that have sitting in the PS4 that they aren't fucking using.
Well, no, it's like if you go to storage, I have like 800 gigabytes used and like 100 free, and if I try to download something that's like 60 gigabytes, it's like, oh, there's not enough space.
It could also be that the thing that you're downloading at 60 gigabytes also needs like arbitrary other downloads that are also massive.
Yeah, this isn't just one game cause. It's like literally every game. It's from what I read online,
Then-
it's the PlayStation just like whatever it says to like whatever it says the file size to download, you need like double that.
Yeah.
And then once it's
Okay.
downloaded, it'll like
I kind of had
revert
the same
back to
problem
what it
with,
was before.
God of War when I was trying to download it because I cleared out like more than enough games for space. It said it was only like 38 gigs or whatever, and then I tried downloading it and it said I need like at least 20 more. I was like, what the fuck? I have at least 70 free. I know that for a fact 'cause I just deleted a bunch from these games.
yeah.
So yeah.
I looked online and it's like a semi-common issue, and it just annoys the shit out of me.
Is it just
That
regular
is
PS4s or
annoying.
is it like PS4 Pros as well?
I don't know about the pros. I would assume it's the same
Yeah.
I would
because
assume
it's
so too.
the pros like
That's
only
annoying.
just more powerful hardware, right? It doesn't actually change the software.
I don't think so. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think it's changed the software at all.
Well, anyway, that's why I have.
Tech issues.
That's why I have a PC.
Curse you.
Anyway,
Anyways,
So I have been playing God of War.
oh yeah.
so have you?
Yeah, it's all right. sometimes I'm like, man, these controls sure could not suck ass right now. Sometimes I feel like the game is just kind of, I don't know, just spitting in my face sometimes, where I'm like, that's crazy how I didn't block when I was literally just standing there not doing anything and hit the block button and held it and didn't block. Just got killed. But, there's still other times where I'm like, oh man, that axe throw was super awesome, or the way Atreus shot that guy and then I hit him with this, special attack was super cool. So, still a fun game, but, just kind of frustrating.
It's just hit or miss for the mechanics.
It's one of those games that, I don't know, it almost hits it. It's like, it's definitely better than Last of Us, which it tries to do kind of the same type of, I don't know, story and character stuff and all that shit. But
it's like when your back is...
What? Go ahead.
I was going to say, it's like your back is itchy and all you have is a back scratcher. It's nowhere near as comfortable as when you just have someone scratch your back for you.
Yeah, that's true. I'd rather just have somebody scratch my back. Maybe I'll just go play Dark Souls 3 after this.
I was playing that earlier today.
Dark Souls 3?
Yeah,
well,
I was playing that for the...
Oh, go ahead.
I was just going to say, I was playing that this last week. And, or more realistically, I was playing it yesterday for like 4 hours.
Nice.
So I beat the first boss, or like I essentially got to the part where the like winged fucking Mephisto devils take you to the new section.
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
So I just beat Vort, I think his name was.
So basically you just got past the demo, I believe.
Yeah, the tutorial.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What build are you running?
On that one, I'm running Magic. I'm doing a Magic build.
I was going to say, it's because in Dark Souls 3, it's totally viable from the start. You can totally do a Magic build.
That's good.
Yeah. Well, because like by the time that you get to the place that you can buy, or that you can like level up, there's a person that you can buy a staff and a spell from.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and it's like 2,500 souls, I think, for the staff and spell. I bought the other spell too because I'm retarded, but like, yeah, and that's like essentially what 2 or 3 level ups. Like, it's not that bad.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's a place you're gonna get to called Farron Swamp, and there's a guy you'll find there who will give you even more cool magic stuff. But you have to have high enough magic to be able to actually get him to do it.
I think I'm already pushing like 25.
Oh well, then you're fine then, because you need like 20, and he's like, because if your intelligence is like below 20, he'll be like, I can't teach you, you're too stupid. But then if you come back, he'll be like, wow, you're a badass.
Fucking
Gotta love time loops.
Michael when he was playing PoE, he likes to make his characters like bow characters, so they use bows, and he's constantly like
Also known as archers.
so he's constantly saying in like this Discord shit where he's like, fuck, my character's too stupid to wear boots because they all have like intellect requirements.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's a good phrase.
funny.
My character's too stupid to wear boots.
That's pretty good.
It's always just funny to hear.
It is. That's a funny statement.
So did you talk to that lady on the other side from where Vort is at all?
Yeah, I talked to her. I got both of the things from her.
All right, you should go back there and kill her.
Really?
Yep.
You're not fucking me, are you?
Nope. Well, I mean,
Okay.
if you've been playing the game, no. But
If you've been playing the game has been fucking you. Let's be honest. But
well, I mean, like if you're ready, go ahead and kill her. Is what I'm saying.
oh
Yeah.
shit.
So, but you'll
What he's saying is, if this is your second playthrough or your second character, go ahead.
no.
Why not?
Because I did it on my first try, first go through of the game. Took me like 100 times to beat her, but Anyway.
That's besides the point.
It's still fun, and you know what? It helps you get through a lot of shit pretty early, which I know you like doing, Derek. So
Yeah. You know what I did was I created another character, and I wanted, the dude at the, like, right outside the fire Ash Shrine or the Firelink Shrine.
The like samurai guy to the left.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So my character doesn't have anywhere near enough dexterity to wield the sword.
Mm-hmm.
So I created another character, named him Semu Y. And then like I made it through Edix and the Crystal Beast in like 15 minutes, and then just spent like 5 minutes fighting that guy. Like he was harder than either of those characters.
He's crazy hard. He's super tough. But guess what? Literally stop fighting him, walk away, and he'll just die. He'll just fall off the ledge.
Yep, because he'll try to strafe even though you're super far away,
Yeah.
and he just goes,
And you can
bye.
and you can just close out the game and go back into it, and his sword and stuff will all just be sitting there.
Yeah.
It just completely eliminates the challenge at all. It's super weird.
Yeah.
And they
I
never,
pushed him off
they never fixed it. I don't think it was supposed to be a bug, and they just left it in.
They were just like, well, people are getting fucked by this guy. We can just let him out this one.
Well, yeah, because he is crazy tough, you know. But that sword is a really good weapon for the early game.
See, he's crazy tough, and I got him to half HP before he jumped off the edge by himself, and I'm like, God damn it! I actually was having fun with this fight.
Yeah.
On my
I
magic
just ran away.
character, I actually full beat him.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you lame him out with ranged?
Yeah, I had to. I forget what it's called. I think it's like Soul Dart or something like that. Soul Arrow.
Fucking
That'd
fucking
be
keep
so
away players. Fuck you
infuriating.
guys.
All my
Take me in
samurai
the
training
face.
for nothing. Just
Well,
getting
and then I
shot
ran
by
out of
fucking-
I ran out of focus, so I swapped to my shield and then I just parried him twice and he died.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah,
That works.
I had to edge him down to like half HP, and then 2 parries later, he was gone. Because I have the Mail Breaker sword, so it does extra crit
that
damage.
little like Tonfa looking sword almost.
It looks more like a Sai.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, not I said Tonfa. I meant
Okay.
Sai. I'm stupid.
yeah, that one.
Yeah. You get a really
use
good
like
one of
a-
those later on.
Yeah, I use a broadsword as my main hand, and then like whenever I am trying to parry people, I swap to that one.
You should try going for a rapier at some point because they're pretty
I have
fucking
one.
broken. Do you?
I just don't like the animation.
Okay. Well, if you can't get past the animation, that's fine. Because they're one of the weapons in the game that's like, especially in like, I think it carries over from Dark Souls 2, but they break your posture pretty fucking easily, and you know they do a lot of damage and they poke a lot, so it's like, you know.
Oh, that's
It's
good.
a
Well,
really, really good weapon. People fucking hate it because it's like, people think it's cheap.
Yeah, well, like I'm not looking to play the PvP at all, which is why I don't care about being like a zoner.
Well, it's good for when you're forced to do PvP against the NPCs, the other just regular guys out there who are hanging around. Like when you get invaded by the NPC invaders, it'll be useful then.
The red invaders,
Yeah.
yeah. Actually, I don't know what they're called now, but
They're called I can't remember what they're just called invaders, but I can't remember what they're
Okay.
officially.
Isn't there
name
like
is.
some boss in Dark Souls 3 where like if there's another player available, they'll be the boss fight?
Yeah, it's like in the Ring City. That's the very last. It's like the second to last boss fight in the last DLC.
That's pretty fucking cool.
It is. It's super cool.
that's a cool little added thing. I still want a Dark Souls boss that kills you on incoming and goes, oh wait, I should have gave you a chance, and then revives you there and then fights you, or like give you a bonfire that's right outside the door, but the thing insta kills you as you enter the door.
I mean, there's
And-
the
well,
Asylum
unless you
Demon
roll-
in Dark Souls 1.
I was gonna say the very first Asylum Demon is kind of supposed to be like that.
Okay, I never played Dark Souls 1. I played all the other ones but Dark Souls.
Well, 'cause essentially, if you can beat the Asylum Demon, you can beat the Asylum Demon. But on your first playthrough of the game, you're kind of supposed to panic and then die, and then
Gotcha.
so.
I remember getting stuck there for like 30 minutes because I didn't see the door.
That's like 3 times you've done this now.
Yeah,
Man, doors are your enemy, man.
yeah, they are, man.
Well, I mean, I can't. I mean, I feel your pain, Derek, because I have shitty sense of direction, so I just never see any doors. I playing God of War. I probably added at least 4 hours to my runtime just running around in circles because I can't find shit. That's how I am in every fucking video game.
My thing is buildings, man. I can't navigate buildings.
Yeah, you can't.
I can I know my way south, east, west. I know where I am at all times, pretty much. I know my way back to my car, no matter how far away I parked. But as soon as I get in a building and I make 2 rights and then there's a right turn.
Yeah, see, I have no problem.
I wonder where I came from.
I could probably walk through a building once and then walk through it again blindfolded and not have a problem. Like, for some reason, I'm totally fine with buildings, but whenever you get me out into the open, I'm like, all right, which one is my right arm?
I don't have an issue with either of that. I actually have a good sense of direction. The issue is I don't realize that that's just not backdrop.
Right, there's a lot of stuff where it's like, is that a door? It's really nice and detailed looking. I can't really tell if it's a door.
Yeah, well, it's like
walk up to it.
I've played a lot of games where it looks like you should be able to go somewhere, and a lot of the PS2 adventure games were like this, right? Where it looks like you should be able to go somewhere, and you just can't. And so every time I see that kind of shit in Dark Souls, I think my brain just blocks it out and makes it look like a wall. And it's just like, hey, fucker, that's not something there. And then half an hour later, me smashing my head into this fucking thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, oh, there's a fucking door there. Because I looked it up online. They're like, oh, yeah, just run through this door and you'll be fine. And I'm like, I never had to fight that fucker.
That's probably the most frustrating thing where I'll, be looking for something in a game and I just can't find it, so I'll look it up and I'll be like, oh, you just needed to turn around. And it was like that the whole time. And I was like, are you fucking serious? It was right there in your face the whole time. That's the most frustrating thing.
You know what was surprising to me? Mm-hmm. So, I don't play that much Dark Souls. I started playing it because Kian is going to play it at some point, and I'm going to be his, summon buddy.
Mm-hmm.
And...
where are you playing it on?
PC.
Okay.
I will also be playing on PC in the upcoming weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking the Crystal Beast at the beginning of the game. I remember him being way fucking harder. But I beat him.
Yeah, he's way scary at first, but
yeah, but because the first time I remember running in so many fucking times to beat that guy, right?
Right.
And both of my runs this time, I think I used up all my SS flasks, but I beat him in the first try both times, and I was just like, was he always this easy?
Yeah.
I remember one time I ran in there with my magic character. I ran in there after beating the first boss. I didn't even heal, so I didn't have any SS flasks, and I just beat him. And I was just like, well, shit.
Yeah, they're pretty.
I did it.
Because their attacks are pretty well telegraphed, and they're not exactly. Once you know what you're doing, and once you're over the majesty of it being a big giant crystal lizard, it's just all right, hit him in the head.
Yeah, stab him in the gooch.
Dodge. Yep, there you go. So,
I think Dark Souls has one of those games that's the mechanics of the games just feel so good that you don't question half the shit that goes on in the game.
I will say, the queuing system in Dark Souls fucking kills me.
Oh, for your moves. We're I hit
it's
R1 3 times, so I'm 100% going to swing 3 times.
Yeah, or you dodge roll. Realistically, you hit dodge roll 3 times, and the first one or the second one was in the middle of the first one, so it shouldn't count when you press that third one, but it does. And then you're out of stamina, and also you're in a bad position, and now you're dead.
That's Dark Souls. You better.
Or I keep fucking hitting the wrong button. I keep hitting the wrong. I keep drinking my Estus flasks at full HP.
Yeah.
Because I keep hitting the wrong fucking button.
I do, yeah, because I do that with I do that when I switch over to Bloodborne after playing Dark Souls for a while. So a lot of those controllers switched. So I'll heal when I'm trying to do switch weapons or something.
Yeah, well, it's fucking Code Vein has the exact opposite control scheme.
Oh jeez.
Yeah, so the D-pad has shit on it, and pressing down on it is how you use it.
Ah, okay.
And so like I was pressing down on the D-pad in Dark Souls, and I'm like, why the fuck am I not drinking my Estus flask? I'm just like jacking off. And then like I pressed square because I've been playing so much fucking Code Vein because square is attack in that game. It's like light attack, and I just drink my Estus flask. I'm like, oh well, fuck me, I guess. Like I was so livid.
Speaking of, so I don't know if you know this, but as you're switching through your stuff, and if you end up in an encounter where you gotta switch back to your Estus flask real quick, just hold down, and you'll just switch straight to your Estus flask.
Huh. Okay. Good
Because I've been in a few situations where I'm like, shit, I could really go for an Estus right now, and then I start scrolling through all my items because I just happen to be on the wrong item, and I get killed, and then someone was like, just do this, click, and it took like 2 seconds, so.
That's a cool shortcut.
Yeah, well, it's stuff like that that's makes like Dark Souls 3 my favorite of the Dark Souls, because it's got all those little quality of life improvements where it's like, yeah. like all the stuff that felt needlessly frustrating about Dark Souls 1 is no longer in 3.
Yeah.
I know back in Demon Souls, man, you'd have a laundry list of items you can select from.
Oh, yeah.
So getting back to your half crescent moon grass takes like forever.
I still haven't jumped back into Demon Souls after it crashed on us.
Yeah, that's just the PS3 is bad. Like,
PS4.
That game is so bad for the PS3.
4. Oh, it is 3 because I have it on my 3. Oh God. Ugh. Ugh.
Oh, also I left my HDMI cord there, but you can keep it.
Yeah, I know. I've been looking at it.
Yeah, so I don't know. I like Code Vein.
It looks like it's a fun game. So
Like
I don't blame
the
you.
issue that I have with Code Vein is that it's like getting on the easier side for me, which I know means that like legit anyone who's played a Dark Souls game would have no fucking problem just one-shotting it. Like half the people in there.
Yeah.
I mean,
and so it's like
it's so weird
Yeah.
when like everybody's trying to be. I guess like so many people are coming out with these Dark Soul-ass games. I think who tweeted this? Somebody tweeted this a while ago, and they were like, "Dark Souls has replaced Arkham as the game that everybody tries to be," So now we've got all these Dark Souls-esque games that are trying to kind of have like the same difficulty as Dark Souls, but they don't really get it. They don't get that Dark Souls isn't really difficult. It's just like it's more tough but fair. If you know what you're doing, it'll be fine. But in stuff like in God of War, there are enemies who are just instant one-hit kills and shit, and it's
Because
stuff you can't really manage the way you can in Dark Souls. It's the difficulty is weird.
One of the big concepts of Dark Souls is reaction-based combat versus difficult combat.
Yeah. It's like you're just timing stuff correctly, Dark Souls just has a different kind of flow than most games, so people kind of get caught up in that flow, and they're like, oh man, this is such an what's the word I'm looking for? An obstacle I just can't get over, but I mean, if you just play the games, you get it.
Like the best thing about Dark Souls and like the Souls games in general is that certain sections for one playstyle are not viable for another playstyle. So like certain sections become way more difficult depending on how you play the game.
Yeah.
like Bort with magic.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, I know you can, if you, well, never mind, I'm not going to spoil it for Derek. There's a boss later on that everybody thinks is like, you can only hurt them one way, but you can hurt them like a bunch of ways.
Huh, okay.
Good to keep in mind, but don't spoil it.
Yeah. I can't wait to get my shit pushed in and be like, I wonder if this is the one that, nope.
I'll spoil a little bit. You need a special sword to do it, and you'll know what boss it is when you get to it.
Okay. Sounds good.
So, oh, well, never mind. You're not there yet. I was gonna ask if you had met Siegmeyer yet, but
Some people's.
yeah.
Just stick with same like vague statements,
Some
DeShon. 'Sean.
dudes.
Come on.
Well, I mean, he's in the first Dark Souls. So.
I know. I know.
He's just a recurring character. There's a bunch of recurring characters in Dark Souls 3. That's basically all Dark Souls 3 is. Dark Souls 3 is like Dark Souls 3 is almost the nostalgia for nostalgia game. Like if it wasn't a Dark Souls game, you know, because a lot of characters just come back and they're like, "Hey, remember me? Remember this giant wolf? Remember this giant who shoots arrows? Remember this? Remember that guy? Remember that thing? Remember the fire?"
Don't ever forget the fire.
The fire fades. Which hollowing, part of hollowing is you start to forget who you are. Literally part of the game.
Yep.
It's pretty weird.
Let's see, did I play anything else fun? I played Punch Planet a little bit more, but not much.
Is Punch Planet good? Is it actually good? Is it just not fun to look at?
Yes.
Is it like?
But you don't like to look at
Marvel Infinite? Not really. I like the big Amazon alien chick, and that's about it. Oh, and that wolf.
Okay.
And that's about it.
I actually really dig the animations, and I play the wolf.
It's the kind of series that I'd rather watch like a crime noir series about it, or like I'd rather it be like a point and click game. It's that kind of art style.
I gotcha.
Those kind of characters.
To be fair, every character in the game is pretty much a crime noir character. Yeah, it's basically all crime players.
It's like if you made Blade Runner into a fighting game for me. That's the kind of vibe I get from this. It's like this futuristic setting.
I gotcha.
Where I guess who's the dude who's just in like a jacket or whatever, who's like this scruffy whatever guy.
Yeah, that dude.
He's like Harrison Ford's character to me, where he's just like, yeah, sure he can fight, but fighting doesn't really seem like it should be his like whole thing, you know. So.
Yeah. But yeah, no, the game actually does play good, and it's a lot of fun to play, in my opinion. But it's if you like Street Fighter, you'll like the game. If you don't like Street Fighter, it's gonna be iffy.
Are you bored to fucking tears by Street Fighter 5? Then you won't like this game.
Yeah, pretty much. The only cool thing about it over Street Fighter is that they have a cool little. Well, yeah, the design, but like it has a cool mechanic where like you can reset your character back to neutral no matter what button you're using.
That's pretty cool.
By using it's basically a Roman cancel. They have Roman cancels.
Okay. That makes sense.
So like there's some sick shit you can do with it. Unlike Street Fighter, where the only cancel you have is V trigger, and then it's
only
your
thing
V
that
trigger.
happens in Street Fighter is you fall asleep at the controller.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take shots every fucking second I can. Street Fighter 5 is on life support. It's gonna be dead here soon. So.
I'm gonna go out, grab some tobacco from your pipe, not smoke it, and then come back, and DeShon might be done.
Maybe. Anyway, here's my 80-hour seminar on how shitty Street Fighter 5 is.
Yes, there will be one break.
So grab some popcorn, take a piss, and good luck.
And I won't tell you when it's coming. I'll just stop talking.
You come back, so be it. That's your own prerogative.
And much like my sex life, it'll be mildly annoying and boring, but you'll sit through it because you're nice.
You'll sit through it because you think I'm really funny.
Anyway.
I did way too much shopping this week.
Oh, yeah? I still need to do my shopping for Christmas. I got like one present out of the way, but I haven't done anything else.
I haven't done any Christmas shopping. I just did shopping for me.
I hope no one is expecting a fucking goddamn thing from me, because I ain't getting nobody's shit. I don't ever get people presents. I don't expect shit from you ever. I rarely ever do gifts, dog.
The only thing I expect from you is to open your mouth on this podcast.
Hey, fuck you.
Fuck you, man.
I ain't having fucking any of it.
Yeah, I'm getting stuff for my parents because we do Christmas apparently.
Yeah.
And I'm getting stuff for my girlfriend, and maybe like if something really pops out of me for my roommate, but other than that, I'm not doing presents.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to get stuff for all my close family and probably you guys at some point.
I mean, you already
Although
got me,
I think
you already got me Blaze and whatever. So And
The only thing I think I might get you guys is stuff that I want to record. So
that makes sense.
for you, say it's Christmas present and be like, hey, now you're recording a video with me.
Right, yeah. This is actually part of work.
Yeah. If we actually got paid for it, we could write it off on our taxes.
I wish. Holy shit. Can we talk about how much YouTubers fucking complain? I'm sorry, but I feel like YouTubers complain way too fucking much. Honestly, I would rather just not hear it. If life's tough, tell it to your spouse. I don't give a shit. Don't tweet about it. I don't want to hear it.
To be fair, they have a career that is getting like shit faced every week, and they have to try to deal with the drunk ass motherfucker on their couch as they are asking for rent.
All right, they chose that life.
Yeah, yeah, that's what I'm saying.
So I don't want to hear about it. You're never gonna hear me complain about how hard editing the podcast is or dealing with haters online is on Twitter.
Okay, those two things I'm not. Okay, I thought you were talking about the complaints about YouTube being a shithole instead of the comments.
When you complain about YouTube, like literally the site and service YouTube being a pile of shit and like not doing its job, that's Susan Wojcicki, whatever the fuck her name is, it sucks at her fucking job and she's horrible. But when it comes to complaining about, like, little shits, when it comes to complaining about shit that you should have known about, like, you know... Because I think there was some FTC dude being like, oh, y'all know what it's like, blah, 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 and all that shit. And it's like, no one... Who gives a shit, dude? We know what the internet is like. Everyone knows what it's like. You knew what it's like.
Are you talking about the Smash player who doesn't want his people's girlfriends to encourage them to play better?
No, but we can also talk about that. Because that's also a fun story.
Okay, hold on. What?
So there was a Smash.
Dude, I was at home, like, essentially without real internet access for like a week. Like I was at home dealing with my parents.
All right.
So basically,
this guy is playing...
they were in between sets during a Smash tournament, and the two dudes were sitting there. One of the guy's girlfriends walks up and goes, she basically like rubs him on the back and goes, "You can do it, honey," or whatever the fuck. And the other dude next to him was like, that's coaching. You're not allowed to be able to do that. Having your girlfriend come up and rub your back is coaching. You should be banned."
Are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah, somebody literally did that. And then other Smash players were defending him. Other Smash players are going like, yeah, that is technically coaching. You shouldn't be able to do that.
I was just like, wait a second. So hold up. You're saying someone saying, "Hey, you got this," versus someone actually going, "All right, so you need to hold down back here and make sure you get a counter here.
Watch out for his edge guarding and all that shit. You know, that's coaching. But apparently, so is rubbing someone's back and giving them a little bit of encouragement.
Man, look, that guy could be having the shittiest day of his life, and he knows he's playing bad, and that's making his day even worse. And his girlfriend knows this, so she needs to do something to make this guy not so depressed.
You just blow him on stage. Like, I don't see the problem.
Yeah, Smash is like, the Smash community, they try to crawl out of this hole of being like called disgusting weirdos and, you know, freaks and stinky, dirty nerds. But then they do shit like this, and they dig themselves even deeper into this hole. Because you know what? If it was just this guy saying this and being like, this one asshole, yeah, okay, he's just this one asshole, fuck him, it's not even, who cares? But the fact that people came out and were agreeing with him and saying that, yeah, it's coaching and it shouldn't be allowed, insane.
Like, it wouldn't have been so bad as when the full story came out that people stopped defending him, but they kept defending him.
Yeah. I did not realize that the Venn diagram of Smash players and incels was nearly a circle. Like, holy shit.
Like, because the original story is someone got coaching on stage by like 2 or 3 different people, yada yada, blah blah blah. A whole fiasco happened, right? And that's why he won. And then it turns out, no, just his girlfriend walked on stage and said, "Good luck."
Completely
now,
insane.
Look, the only thing I can defend is that if you're having a big tournament that has a stage, maybe you shouldn't let anybody but the players on stage.
Right, but then we're gonna have to start doing. We have to get rid of like somebody's getting fucked. Like you won't be your posturer won't be able to hang out behind you and shout and do all kinds of crazy shit that much anymore, which is what people want.
But again, on a big stage, I think that's fine. On your locals or like your monthlies, those I can see that happening no problem.
It can get buck fucking wild at some locals. That's fine.
Like
it
I can see like if it came like out that it was like not just coaching, but it was like, hey, she shouldn't be on stage, and you should know that.
Like, yeah, like if it's against the rules,
that I would understand,
stage, that's
right?
one thing.
Yeah, it's like,
but that's not what he was complaining about though, and that's the problem.
Yeah, no.
He was
that's what I'm
saying.
saying.
He was losing the set, and fucking his dude's girlfriend walks up. He's like, "Well, I don't have a girlfriend."
It's like if they came at that angle and was like, "Hey, she shouldn't have been on stage. He should have known that. He should have read the rules. Like all that kind of shit." I've been like, "Okay, fine, fair, whatever." But holy shit,
just being butthurt over somebody's
girlfriend.
Oh
my god.
Half the Smash community, they crawled out and they're like, "Look, we're just normal dudes playing this video game."
They crawled out. They
came out of their CRTs.
Rocks in their holes.
And they're just like, "Look, we're normal guys. We just like this game." And then the rest of the community is like, "Get back in here."
Right? Yeah. You're like, look, man, I like to bathe in mud sometimes and feces, but I don't, I'm not with this shit. I don't like to eat the feces. Not like these guys.
I'm not crazy. I don't put it in my mouth. I don't ingest it.
Oh god, why? Yeah, I don't know, man. Okay, like, I might have to look into the story a little bit more, but like, Jesus fuck, man.
It's so bad. It's insane.
Oh. I mean, to be fair, there's some FGC players that are like that too, but like most of it comes from shit talking rather than annoyances.
Like they're just like I get like you're just trying to talk shit. That's one thing, but then when you're like, oh, this makes me think of the ninja shit, the Tyler Ninja Blevins shit that he said also.
Oh,
but about sports players. It's this thing where like game. I think people who play video games are starting to forget their position. Like people who do it, I guess, like professionally or whatever. They're kind of forgetting that you sit down and play fucking video games. Like this isn't that big a deal. I mean, you don't need to try to get somebody kicked out because his girlfriend helped him out. You don't need to shit talk NFL players because you think your thing is harder. You think playing fucking Fortnite is tough.
So like to be cool, like to be on Devil's Advocate, playing some video games takes a lot of technical prowess.
It's not as hard as being in a football game or playing basketball or track or
it's not.
Any of that
it's
shit.
Nowhere near as hard because there's the physical aspect that's gone. Unless you have tendinitis or something of that nature, the pain of running for hours will not set in.
There's like in terms of difficulty, there's playing video games. There's a huge power gap, and then there's, sports.
Yeah. Like the sports players are Frieza, and the video game players are fucking Krillin.
Yeah.
Like they both train ridiculously hard.
Yeah.
But one is just.
One has a limit, and the other one is Frieza.
Yeah. Well, it's like okay, so like speaking, and Cos can kind of speak to this too. Like streaming is not as easy as it looks.
Yeah, it tires you out.
The massive fucking asterisk of it is nowhere near as difficult as playing football for even 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Like
I also played football for a little bit.
Yeah, and I was in Taekwondo,
Yeah. So like we understand.
I played sports throughout all of school,
Yeah.
Yeah, you did.
And I did fucking marching band, which everyone thinks isn't a sport, but it fucking is. Deal with it.
It is.
Oh my god. Yeah, no, don't
walk around for like hours in that hot ass crap. Yeah.
On top of that, you have to do the high knees, and then you have to also keep in pace with everyone else.
Yeah, we did suicides on football fields. It was fun. Anyway, but like I okay, I actually don't get where he's coming from. Like, I understand the point he's trying to make. But
who, me?
No, Ninja.
Okay, gotcha.
Should we actually say what he actually said? Someone want to pull that up or something?
Yeah, I'll pull it up.
Yeah.
Essentially what he said was he was kind of just saying you know, playing Fortnite requires it's more difficult because it requires this specific skill that football, you know, football kickers can't be that hard to kick a football, right? You know, you're just kicking a football through the.
Oh, he deleted the tweet.
Of course he did. Wow.
Okay. Did you see the interview that came out after that for football kickers?
No.
I don't know if it was the NFL or college or one of the big like ESPN networks or something like that. Someone big got, I think it was either 100 or 1,000 people. I can't remember the number. Mm-hmm. To a football field to try to kick I think it was like a 30-yard field goal. Not one of them even came close.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so I have the word for word reply, but I don't have the original tweet.
Damn.
Yeah.
Oh well. Yeah.
So somebody replied to Ninja and was like, God, I forget exactly what the reply was, or like what the original reply was, but like Ninja's reply to that was, "This is the shittiest reply ever. Fortnite requires movement, editing, building, rotating, and hitting shots. They're not positions in Fortnite. A kicker's job is literally to kick. Horrible analogy, kind of embarrassing." And I'm like, bro, like
Ninja he has zero self-awareness. It's so nuts. Like, he keeps doing this shit. Like, before, I was kind of, when he was talking about, like, oh, I don't really stream with women because I feel like it would mess with my relationship. All right, what? Fine. You know, I was willing to defend him on that when everybody was calling him stupid, but he's slowly just rolled down shit mountain and gotten himself covered in the crap because he just can't shut the fuck up. He just keeps saying dumb shit because he doesn't know what being a human is like anymore. He only knows how to be a fucking image on a screen.
See, this is what I have to say about streaming, though. The first 3 hours of streaming, nothing. Absolute nothing. Like, first, 2 to 3 hours, yeah, anybody can do 2 to 3 hour streams. It's once you start getting to, hour 4 and hour 5, where it's like, oh, man, I've been talking a while, and there's no one here to listen to me.
Right,
and when there are people here to listen to me, there's a lot of people here listening to me all at once. So that's when it starts becoming like an actual job. Is after 4 or 5 hours.
Okay.
Oh, go ahead.
I have the original tweet here, by the way.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So the original Ninja tweet was, "I'll never understand how college and NFL teams, football teams, allow kickers to just miss kicks. I feel like there has to be some pool of kickers in the USA that won't simply miss kicks, or snappers that won't mess up the snap. I don't know, man. It just seems silly. Would love opinions on this." And then, and then he has that. And then he has that reply. He has the reply.
Yeah, because somebody was like, I can't believe Fortnite players. You know, how do Fortnite players miss
shots?
Just playing Fortnite. You know, yeah. Somebody called him out, and basically said, you know, your thing is even easier and dumber. So what the fuck are you talking about? And he had that kind of embarrassing tweet, which in itself is the most embarrassing.
Yeah.
So cool. But here's the thing about streaming. Like, I've seen. Here's another thing about streaming that really gets people. You may be having a really good stream. Let's say you're playing a pretty difficult game and you hit a wall. You're probably gonna get way tired really fast. Like, you've been playing an hour, 2 hours, and then you start hitting a wall, or an enemy you can't beat, like a boss or a puzzle. You'll probably get tired. I've seen people suddenly all their energy is just gone. Like, they suddenly get exhausted.
And then you have the people who want to try to help you. And backseat gaming is probably the worst thing to do to someone who's tired, and two.
I hate backseat anything. You saw how I was when we were trying to figure out that editing thing. I was getting pissed.
I was like, all right, look, DeShon, if you give me half a moment, I could probably figure some shit out.
Well, that was my thing. I was like, Cameron, shut up and let me think for 2 seconds. I think I got it, But I did eventually find it. And it was when I was talking about the video game thing earlier, where I just literally turn around, it's right there. Literally go.
Yeah, it was just a couple buttons you were missing.
Click, it was there.
Yeah.
It just wasn't even in Photoshop. It was just in something else. But
gotcha. Yeah.
Anyway, about streaming. Yeah. Streaming is it's a. I think I was listening to Wooly and Pat talk about this before. They were talking about how kind of difficult it gets and how tired it can be, and it's definitely a thing you gotta learn how to do. You gotta learn to pace yourself. You gotta learn to, kind of know what's gonna happen. Expect, prepare yourself. Expect some shit to happen. Expect to kind of start to get kind of tired. I think there's got to be like, I'm sure there's quote unquote training for this type of thing where you can kind of build up your streaming endurance.
So, have you ever taken a not on the spot, not
improv?
Whose line is it anyways? Improv class. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Have you, like improv is one of those things that's a muscle that you actually train,
Yeah.
and once you get practice at improv, you become good and not as panicky. Same thing goes with streaming, I'm sure.
Yeah,
I mean,
once you just learn to kind of do it, once you just kind of put the time down to do it, you're building it up. You'll be fine after a while.
Yeah. Well, it's like the thing is that, and I don't mean this in a. What's the best way to say this? Like,
You don't mean it as in like wanting to complain, or you don't mean it as in?
I mean, like, I'm not saying that streaming is like the hardest job in the fucking world here, but like, it is certainly not as easy as people say it is, but mostly because it is just strictly
it's not
fucking
a breezy walk in the park like a lot of people make it out to be.
Yeah. Well, it's
Same
like.
thing with.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say same thing with YouTube and like editing videos and whatnot.
Yeah, I mean, if you enjoy it, it's not a huge deal. But
Yeah.
there are definitely some, and I love streaming, right? Like I like it. I like interacting with people,
Mm-hmm.
But like, there are some days where even if I wanted to stream, I was just like, fucking, just kill myself,
Right.
Yeah.
And it's
So
just like,
go ahead. Oh,
go
sorry.
ahead. Go ahead.
But okay, so here's the thing with me though. When YouTube, and it all came from me saying YouTubers stop complaining, right? So to me, yeah, it's hard. Yeah, it can be difficult. Not the hardest thing in the world, but it can be difficult. Editing videos and all that shit and playing video games and trying to, make sure everything works so everybody enjoys the game. You're enjoying the game. Your audience is enjoying the game. The audience is enjoying your contribution to the game. And but at the same time, you motherfuckers could be digging ditches.
Yeah.
You guys could be doing some way worse shit for a living. So
Yeah.
try to keep some perspective when you say, my life is hard because XYZ, Is your life is your life hard because you chose this life, or is your life hard because you had no control over your circumstances and this is where you ended up,
I think it's
like,
go ahead.
I was gonna say, to put it in a milder version of what DeShon said, it's necessity versus I can do this and I can make a living off of it.
Yeah, well, it's like I think the main issue is that a lot of creators online have difficulty, and I don't necessarily think this is just their fault, but they have a lot of difficulty saying like, I'm not enjoying my craft anymore.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I can see
because
that.
I think a lot of them feel, once they kind of feel that way, a lot of them feel like they should quit. A lot of them feel like they should just stop. Or they panic and feel like, oh no, if it becomes so obvious in my work that they don't like that I don't like what I'm doing, I'm gonna lose all my followers and all this shit, and then they kind of fall apart,
Or like,
Well, yeah,
and the other thing too is that, and I will not be silenced on this.
Okay.
It's like you'll have people like DeShon coming out of the woodwork where they're like, yeah, I'm not enjoying my craft right now. Like, let's say I'm a huge streamer, right? And I'm just like, yeah, I'm not really enjoying the video games. I'm not really enjoying streaming. I'm just kind of worn out right now. You'll have people come out and be like, what do you have to be worn out about? All you do is play video games for 10 hours a day or whatever. It's like, I kind of understand why they keep it to themselves,
Yeah.
Because you'll have people who are digging ditches, who are working at, McDonald's and working part-time and barely making it, who look up to them and be like, well, what the fuck? But it's...
That's why the only shit I try to complain about is shit like movies and video games and shit, because they don't matter. It's not a big deal that I complain about dumb shit. It's just dumb shit. I'm not trying to complain about how hard my like...
How hard your dick is?
Well, just... I would never complain about that. I don't want to be seen as complaining about something that other people look at. Like, it's like when a millionaire, it's like watching a millionaire, I guess, complain about being a millionaire. To me, it's like, what the fuck are you crying about, dog? You literally have one of the best jobs in the entire fucking world. So what? It's a little difficult sometimes. Suck it up. You know, it's
Yeah,
that kind of shit to me. Like if we ever future talk, if we ever get big about this shit, I don't ever want to be caught complaining about anything. And if I do, I want you guys to call me out on it 100%. If I ever get
Everybody, clip this audio right now.
Fucking Twitch streamer, you can't clip this shit. No, but like I understand that, but also like streaming is such a mentally like it's a lot like it's essentially like you're being creative for hours on end, right?
Right, exactly. Yeah, you're talking. I think Pat described it as it's public speaking, but doing it for hours and hours and hours. You know,
and that is like that is so mentally draining, especially if you're not like necessarily an innate public speaker. Like I'm decent at public speaking. I don't have fears of it, but I'm an introvert by heart. So like,
and I think that's what gets a lot of these nerds
draining.
Who are streaming is that they're all kind of introverted video game nerds, and a lot of them get into it not realizing that they're gonna have to be charismatic and talk and let people get to know them and stuff like that. So yeah, I totally see what you're saying.
Yeah, and so it's like I understand, and like especially when burnout happens, it means like you just don't have that mental you just have so much mental fatigue that it can be hard to stream. You know,
Right.
like that's
on top of that.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say on top of that, mental burnout is a lot stronger for people who haven't dealt with it before,
or even just like creative stuff. Like it's not easier to deal with, but like at Disney, I burned out probably within like 4 months, but like I could keep going, right? Like shit was piling up that was annoying me, but it was like, but it was like, well, I don't really have to think at this job. I can do like my brain can do other stuff while I'm here.
Right.
Yeah.
But when I'm streaming, like you have to have a filter, like. Yeah, and you have to make it exciting. Like that's one of the most, funnily enough, like some of my most successful streams recently have been like my Legend of Zelda playthrough, where I'm just like chilling and not even saying stuff most of the time. I'm just like adding things when I think it'll be, like essentially when it comes to my mind and I don't think it'll be stupid.
Yeah.
And people just come in and say hi and stuff, you know.
I think that's another thing people kind of need to think about too, is that you don't have to do Twitch a certain way. You don't have to stream or do YouTube a certain way. You can do it a more relaxed kind of, not worrying about talking all the time or trying to be all in everybody's ear all the time, trying to make sure everybody knows you're there commentating, and you can just be you. You can just do your thing.
Yeah.
Now, whether or not that'll be successful or not, we'll see. But you can just do your own thing. And I think anybody can be successful just doing their own thing. They just have to find their niche. They have to find, their community, really.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's the big thing is finding a community. Like if you want to do streaming and stuff, find yourself a group of people that also want to do a very similar style as you.
Yeah.
Not the same, but similar.
Like I feel like
that's why I play Power Rangers.
I feel like if I had gotten into so let's say I was streaming Indivisible. If I had streamed that and played it by myself and hadn't really gotten into it that much, like community wise, or looked at anything else about it, because I really didn't. Like when it came out, I was like, all right, just play the game. Not gonna look at shit else.
Yeah.
And I did, and if I had streamed it like that, I'd be miserable. It would probably have been a shitty stream. Getting to the end and seeing how shitty the ending, like everything was, and just how kind of bad stuff was.
Yeah.
I complain about Indivisible way too much. I feel like it's not even that bad a game. It's just disappointing. But
that's how I know like games are at least a 7.
Yeah.
Because you are complaining about it, not because you dislike it, but because it just didn't hold its end of the bargain.
Yeah. Games just trip at the finish line too often for me. I feel like God of War is going to do that because I'm actually enjoying it, but I have my little gripes about it. But it's probably
just stop. Just stop.
Yeah, just stop right now.
Play like another 3 hours and then just watch the rest of it.
As soon as that climax is coming up for the last boss battle, just don't.
Yeah, just don't go over there.
Yeah, just enjoy the game, bro.
I'll just do like all the Valkyrie stuff and all like the collectible stuff, and I'll just turn the game off. Not do the last boss fight.
Yeah. I don't know.
It can't be bad if I never learn how it ends.
That's how people should have watched Game of Thrones. If only they knew.
If only they knew. You know that one person who just doesn't have internet anymore, but watched all the way up to season 7.
Oh yeah, just stop there. It's like, yeah, man, Game of Thrones is a great show. I don't know what everybody's complaining about.
I keep seeing people in the news talk about how season 8 is terrible. I don't have internet. I haven't seen that shit in forever.
Can I just say that I always thought Game of Thrones was kind of bad, so. But that's just me. The books are way better. But that's just me.
Hipster.
Not even hipster, just the books are just more interesting to me because they're more magical.
Well, I mean, I was going to say the books are always more interesting, though, to be fair.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't know about that.
Not always more interesting, but...
But, like, yeah, 95% of the time.
Yeah, I want to say a good chunk of the time they're a little more interesting. But then again, I'm thinking
yeah, it's just a theory. A book theory. Thanks for fapping.
Is that guy still around? Is he still doing stuff?
Yes.
Does he do, like, movie stuff now?
Yeah.
Yes.
Do people still hate him? Do people, like, have this visceral just disgust when they think about him? Is that still a thing?
That might have just been you.
DeShon. Yes
That
and
was
no.
just me. Well,
It's
I'm
always
who was like,
it's always.
right. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say that's always been a thing with him, though. It's some of his theories are a lot of fun to think about and like actually engage your brain.
Yeah, but
and
some
other
of them
ones
are
I'm
just
just like
conjecture based on absolutely nothing. Where it's like,
that's
hey,
too, it's like,
I'm
that's
gonna make
too
up
far
a
of a
theory,
stretch.
and in order to make up this theory, I'm just gonna bring in some complete bullshit that has nothing to do with anything. I'm just gonna make up a number to start with because I can't have a video unless I do this.
I mean, that's
But you
just
know what?
how math is, though.
Yeah, but the one guy I really do like is there's two videos on his channels. There's the game theory, and then there's the other guy who does the science stuff. I forget the guy's
Austin?
name. Yeah, I like his videos. Every single time his videos come up, I always enjoy them.
I like some of them. Some of them, though, are just like... I don't think he has as much camera...
Sometimes.
I don't think he has as much camera charisma as Matt Pat, which is kind of ironic.
You know what? To be fair,
Yeah,
I have no clue what he looks like
actually.
because I listen to everything through audio.
No,
I
but I mean,
don't-
like,
I don't-
Mike
Matt
charisma,
Pat's
too.
like never
I just
on,
don't like him as
camera.
much.
I like that dude. I like Austin's personality way more than I like Matt's.
I don't know. Matt seems to me like the TA for something
All right, you
that's
guys-
like really
you
into
guys
the
are
subject.
Losing me. Who's wait?
Okay.
Austin. Harper?
There's like a second
Gamer,
dude.
gamer?
Austin game.
So the last game theory videos I actually watched were the Freddy Fazbear ones, where those are the ones where everybody was like, "Yeah, these are his worst fucking videos ever," and I was like, "All right, I gotta watch these. I gotta see what the deal is." And
I feel bad for him.
And it was a lot of like, well, this scenario didn't happen, and nothing ever mentioned this scenario, but let's just say this happens, so we can have a theory video.
I feel bad for those videos because the Five Nights at Freddy's creator constantly retcons shit.
Oh yeah,
And so
that's
I've
what he
seen-
does, yeah.
I've seen videos
And-
that were like correct, and then like the next game got released a day later that just
Yeah.
retconned all of that out of existence, and I'm just like,
no,
oh,
actually,
So-
yeah, the Freddy Fazbear universe is all fucked up.
yeah.
I was gonna say on top of that, the creator actually talks to Matt Pat often.
Yeah,
So he's like, "Oh, by the way, this one small detail you said that was wrong. Let me explain it to you in my next game."
yeah.
Yeah.
That's literally what fucking happens because he's just like, "Oh, nope, you got that wrong. Let me help you out. Here's a new hint and here's a bunch of new lore because why fuck not?"
Yeah. It's,
Can we talk about how much that Freddy Fazbear dude loves charities? That dude gives a fuck ton of money to charities. He's doing another charity in a couple days, I think. I think his name's like Scott.
Good.
Yeah, he's
Coffin.
doing Scott Coffin. He's doing it with Matt Pat and Markiplier.
He's all about charities.
But
It's cool.
So that's actually really cool though because he basically came from like no money, made Five Nights at Freddy's, had a shit ton of money thrown at him, and he's like, well,
Just gonna
"What do
donate.
I do with all this money?"
Yeah. Yeah, he's a... And at first I was like, when he was like releasing sequel after sequel after sequel, I was like, but it turns out he was like donating a lot of the money from all those sequels to good charities. So it's like, well, okay, cool. That's a good reason to release a bunch of sequels to a thing that really didn't need sequels.
Yeah.
you know,
Like,
he should donate £1 of money for every pound of poop that people have lost over his games.
Is there even a way to measure that? Could you imagine?
Yeah,
Like,
just take all the poop.
Buy a physical copy of Freddy Fazbear, get like a big bucket, then you send it in.
Yeah. Put it on the scale.
I can't find the guy's name.
Scott
I just
Cawthon.
know he. No, not that guy. The Austin's name.
Oh.
I just know his catchphrase. It's me, Austin.
Dear Sony, it's me, Austin. And I remember he did one on Kingdom Hearts where he was talking about time travel.
I fucking love that intro though. Like, it's so it just tickles me a way that I like. Okay, I don't know why. I just thoroughly enjoy it.
I don't know. I don't think he's bad. I just prefer MatPat more.
I gotcha. You know, we should probably end this podcast at some point.
Oh,
but
fuck you.
before we get there, there's a streamer who did the whole thing of talking about how he's getting burnt out and whatnot, right? Mm-hmm. Not a streamer, right? Well, he is a streamer now, but he was a YouTuber. He played League of Legends. And about 3 years ago, he was like, look, guys, I fucking hate this game. I'm really fucking done with this game, but I know you guys won't watch any of my other videos, so I'm going to keep playing this game for you.
You talking about Video Game Donkey?
No, I'm talking about ankle spanking.
Because
he still plays League.
Okay. Yeah.
So does the Shin.
Donkey actually quit.
Yeah, Donkey actually quit, and his videos are so much better after he quit.
Yeah. Because he did, like, a shit ton of League videos for a while. Like,
yeah, he did. But yeah, so, like, ankle spanking, he likes the game now. It finally got back to a point where he enjoys it. Mm-hmm. But, like, 3 or 4 years ago, he was just like, I'm done. I want to play Celeste and, like, all these other fun games, which he then did play. He released them as YouTube videos. They just didn't get as many views at all.
Of course not, because he's a League guy, so...
Yeah.
It's like those guys who are like Dark Souls lore dudes who try to do literally anything else, and they're like, but I don't give a shit about this. Where's the Dark Souls?
Yeah. And I'm just like, if you're gonna change, you have to stick to it.
Yeah. Yeah.
But nevertheless, so he keeps playing League, and he's one of those people where I'm like, I'm so glad that he just is taking care of himself rather than like sticking to like I need to please the fans 24/7.
Yeah, I'd rather see that from YouTubers too. Like, I hate it when they feel like they have to do something just to please a certain sect of fans when really the fans are just there for them. Like, they could just play whatever the fuck and be fine.
Yeah, like what's the phrase that makes a good YouTuber? One for them, one for us, one for me. Or is it two for them, one for us, one for me, something like that?
Something like that.
I don't know. If I ever got that big, I'd just be like, "You're coming along for the ride. Fuck you."
Right, exactly. if I
Like-
want to play some weird shit that no one's ever heard of that makes everybody sick to their stomachs, I'm gonna fucking play it.
Like, I'm gonna be bad at StarCraft, and if you're a fan of mine, you're gonna watch this.
Exactly.
I'm one of those people that I'm just like, look, if you want to send me a game that you want me to play, I'll do it to a certain extent. Don't. It's not guaranteed that I'm gonna play the game you send me, but I'll play some shit if you guys want me to play some shit.
Here's what I want. I want people to send me big exploration games so people can watch me running around in circles for hours and hours. So as I get lost.
No, you missed the.
I was thinking about that. Like, well, as I was playing God of War, I was like, man, if people were watching me stream this right now, they'd be fucking losing it. They'd be insane with rage.
You missed the turn. Yeah. Nope, the other way. Nope, still missed it.
Yep.
And then
what do you mean
DeShon's response would DeShon's response would be, if you weren't telling me where to go, I would have found it already.
Yeah, probably. If you would just let me wander around aimlessly, I would have found it by now. But you keep stopping me.
Ah, good shit. I'm just happy people are enjoying my shit talking, because when I get pissed, man, it's some funny stuff.
All right, podcast is over.
I think that's
a podcast.
I think that's the end of the podcast.
Yeah.
DeShon, where can we find you?
You can find me on Twitter at Mr. Urban Buddha, on Twitch at The Urban Buddha, and on YouTube at Mr. Urban Buddha.
All right. And you can find me at IPT Buttons on Twitter. I press the buttons on YouTube and Twitch. And Derek, where can we find you?
I'm pretty sure you can look up Game in Second and find me on just about everything.
Nice.
I will be doing some Halo streams later today. Obviously, this won't go up today, but hopefully for the rest of this week too.
Yeah, I'll probably be getting Halo here in like a couple weeks when I get paid. Because I spent way too much money on other stuff. But you'll catch me doing some streams with Power Rangers and other fighting games, and hopefully some new roguelikes and Dark Souls soon. And as always, laugh at yourself. We'll catch you next time.
It's been a while.
He got it in there.
It's been a while.
Only took him 85 minutes.
All right, we're out.